Hi guys, in this video we are going to create a voice chatbot which will be able to answer depending on your question. For example, if we have a chatbot, let's say bot Sam, who is an expert in science, and on the right side we have bot Mira, which is expert in mathematics. And when we put this query, what is 3 cross 5 or 3 times 5, then our system is going to auto-select the bot which would be able to answer this question. Now, since this question is based on mathematics, it's going to select bot Mira, and we are going to get the response of it's 15, dear. And if we had selected bot Sam, we would get I don't know. So if this is something you would like to build together, follow me for the rest of the video. Hi guys, welcome back. This is in response to a comment made by one of my subscribers. So this previous video on fastest chatbot on the planet using Groq and Deepgram API, I will put the link to this video in the description. We see a comment saying choose to speak with one or more person or another. For example, you might say Jane, what is the capital of France? And she replies with Paris. And then we say, ask Mark, a historian specializing in the 17th century, what can you tell us about it? This is just a simple example, but it illustrates how you can address different assistants by name during your conversation. As you see, there are two technical problems. First, select an assistant with different voice from your voice. So using the voice, we need to select the appropriate assistant. And 2, pass the context text from one conversation to the other assistant. It do not look too difficult, but could be a so interesting exercise. Thanks for your content. So I would like to thank the user TJ5MK7SB7W for the wonderful comment. And as a matter of fact, we have done the first part, which is selection of an assistant using a voice. Now, this part of the code, or this code, does two things. Either we can specify if I want bot Sam or bot Mira, or I can put in a specific question and my system is going to pick up the bot Mira or bot Sam. Let me give you a demonstration. So I have this Visual Studio Code editor and the code is running here. On the right, I have opened up the code here. Start recording, put up your question, and wait for the answer. Now, let's say I want to give a question, ask a question related to mathematics. So let me ask something. So what is 35 times 45? So I stop the recording here, and on the left, you should be able to see the question. So what is 35 times 45? And you can see the response is given by Mira. The answer to 35 times 45 is 1575.
The answer to 35 times 45 is 1575.
That's pretty great. Now, let's say I ask a question based on science. Then you can see the change of voice and the selection of a different bot. So let me ask about volcanoes or earthquakes. In 1 to 2 sentences, explain how earthquakes are formed. Okay, my system takes my voice, convert it into text, and you can see this in 1 to 2 sentences explain how earthquakes are formed. And there we have the answer here.
Hello, I'm Sam. Earthquakes are formed when there is a sudden release of energy in the Earth's crust, usually as a result of tectonic plate movement or volcanic activity. This energy release creates seismic waves that can cause the ground to shake, resulting in an earthquake.
So as you can see, if we ask questions based on mathematics, we get bot Mira responding. And if we ask questions based on science and technology, we see bot Sam who is responding. As a matter of fact, we have coded in such a way that if the query is not related to maths, neither maths nor science, then there is another bot. We look into that, let's say Tom, that will respond to the generic questions that we have. So let's move on with the code. So we have the code here since I've already made this code, so there's no point typing it again, so I'll just describe the code for you. So the first and foremost thing is that we need the environment variables here. So this is Deepgram API key and the Groq API key. Now before that, I would just like to give you a brief about the infrastructure that we are using. So we are using Deepgram to convert the input voice into text. We are also using Deepgram to convert the output text into speech outputs. So the speech to text and text to speech are done by Deepgram, and the text that we have when we convert our voice to text and we pass this text into an LLM, and the LLM that we are going to use, we are going to inference the LLMs using the Groq inference engine because it is very fast, which means we are going to use the APIs of Groq here and the APIs of Deepgram as well. Now after the output is obtained from Deepgram, we are going to pass the output as well as the name of the bot who should respond. So when we convert this to voice, we do the appropriate processing of converting that text into the appropriate voice that we have heard. So this is the tech stack that we are going to use, and I will paste in a link to this previous video where we have gone deep dive into this architecture. And for this video, what different we have done is that we have changed after we get the text here, we have changed the voice depending on the question, depending on the query that we ask. We changed the voice and we changed the bots. So let's look into that. So we have this, the Deepgram. So we just log into Deepgram and go to my dashboard, and you can see I still have $199.75 remaining. They have given a credit of $200, and I've been testing this since the last 2 days. So we can create an API key here. So go to API key, create a new API key, put in some name, and let's say put a duration of 1 day, and just create the API key. Once we have the API key, we copy this API key and paste it here. Okay, for the Groq API key, we are going to go to Groq, console.groq.com/keys, and in the API keys we're going to create a new API key, put in some name, and click on submit, and copy this API key and paste it here. So once we have the API keys, now we need a few files. So for the first file is the speech to text. So this is a particular piece of code which will convert your speech input, your audio input, into text, and we are going to use that in our main app. The text to speech, so here we have another function which is the text to speech.py. You can see the videos that I've linked to see the good description of this, but in summary we just convert the input text into speech here. Okay, so for this video we have defined another function known as text to speech 1. Here what we have done is that we have passed the bot name as well and the text input. So we need to pass two things here. The text input is the same thing which will give you a reply, just converting this text input to speech, but we are also passing the bot name as well, because when the bot name is Sam, we're using this voice. When it is Mira, we're using this voice, and when it is none, we're using the Athena voice. So for the list of voices that we have, we can go to this page, developers.deepgram.com/doc/TDS models. Here we can see different voices. We have already seen this. So we have Luna, we have Athena, and different voices. So I've selected and picked up random voices for this. Okay, so this is a text to speech. Now for the speech to text, we have already seen this. We are converting the speech to text, and then we have this. In the last video we served this model, Groq serve, which takes in any prompt and reply to that prompt. Okay, but for this piece of code we have created another Groq serve selector.py, which has the same function execute, but what different it is that we have included a system prompt here. The system prompt is such that it basically will give out the name only for this first part of the system prompt. So if I explain it more clearly, so here what we have as system prompt is that we need to conduct the checks below and answer as Sam or Mira. So check 1 is that if the user query given by the prompt here, it contains the word Sam. So if I say, let Sam answer this question, then Sam is going to answer the question, even if it is based on maths. Then give the answer as Sam. If the query contains the word Mira, then give the answer Mira. Check 2 is that if there is no mention of Sam or Mira in the user query given by the prompt, then based on the description below for 2 personalities, return the name of the personality who seems would be able to give the best answer to the user query, which is given by the prompt here. If you feel that neither Sam nor Mira would be able to answer, return Tom. So Mira is well versed with mathematics and Sam is well versed with science and technology. And we need no explanation, just give the answer in one word, answer Sam or Mira or Tom. So that is the system prompt explained here. And once we have the system prompt, we get the response as either Sam or Mira or Tom. Now once we have that, we are going to check for Sam or Mira in the response. If it is so, then we're going to finalize the bot's name as Sam or Mira. If none of that is available, we are going to finalize the bot name as Tom. So after we get that, then we generate the completion here. So give a short reply to the user query given as prompt. So whatever the prompt is, always say your name out loud. So it's always going to say out its name. So there are 2 completions here running, and we can see the model here based on Groq. So we generate the completion and we return 2 things, the finalized name and the response 1. So response 1 is the answer for your prompt, and the finalized bot name is required because this is ultimately going to give the color to the text to speech part, where we are going to select the appropriate, you are going to select the appropriate model name for that different color of the voice or different voices to obtain. So this model name, we are passing it to here, and we are going to get different colors of the voice. So we have this Groq serve selector, and then we, as different from the main the previous video, we have this app1.py. So here is the same thing, also is the same thing, but here we have changed this. So for the first part, when we get the speech input, we change that speech to text. So we change that our speech to text and we save it in the text variable. Next, we take the text variable and generate the bot name and the generated answer. Then we pass the bot name and the generated answer to the text to speech 1 function, which will generate the speech. It will generate the speech depending on the name of the bot name here. So the imports we need to change here. So we have imported the execute function from the Groq serve selector, and then we have imported the text to speech 1 function from the text to speech. So this is pretty amazing. Now for running this, we can just, I need to just stop. Let me just stop, and then I say python app1.py. So this is going to start up the server here. We can just hold control and press this. This will open up the interface here. So what I'm going to show you now is that if we head over to the text to speech, we are the Groq serve selector. We have seen that here what you have done is I have allocated Mira's voice with mathematics. Mira is well versed with mathematics, and Sam is well versed with science and technology. But what if I want Sam to answer about mathematics? I can do that. For example, why not Sam answers what is 2 plus 3? And let's see the output here. So we see that Sam gave the answer here. So Sam, the answer to 2 plus 3 is 5, by the way.
Sam, the answer to 2 plus 3 is 5, by the way.
Cool. So in this way, we were able to invoke SAM as well for mathematical questions. So it solves two problems here. So what we have done is that depending on the type of question, whether it's maths or science, it is automatically going to allocate Mira or SAM. But if we want SAM to answer on mathematics or Mira to answer on science and technology, it is quite possible. It is possible. Okay. So I am going to link up all the codes on my Patreon section. So if I head over to my Patreon section, I've already posted this code and you can just download the zip file, follow along with the video, and you can just run this then. So I'll paste the link for the Patreon in the description section, and I hope you like this video. Thank you for the comment again, and if you like your comment to be taken up as well in my videos, I would be very happy to do so. If it is within the limits of my capability, I would definitely love to create a video. This video is just 3-4 hours back, the last video, and when I received this comment, I could not wait but do this, because this was within the realms of my capability. Now another part is still remaining though. So we need to implement a sort of context passing from one assistant to another. And what if we can implement RAG system as well for this? What if we are able to implement the RAG system? That will be another use case that would be interesting. So having said that, I think that should be the end of this video. I hope you liked this video. Please give a like and subscribe, join my Patreon, and watch the next videos. Comment anything you like. I will definitely take up. Thank you and have a nice day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.